gosh. I guess the expression says it all. Um, I don't really need to explain the dumpster fire that we as Steeler Nation just witnessed. Very similar to our abysmal performance against the Cincinnati Bengals some weeks back. But I mean, from start to finish, this game was just um, all Kansas City Chiefs, and I guess you can say that this Steelers team is not a very good team this season. We are not good. The only difference is that the AFC is just as abysmal. And I don't know if it's just COVID, or I mean a lot of things this season that is just, at least on the AFC side of the league, why teams just seem just cannot become consistent enough to really stand out amongst the rest of the conference. And it's like even the Kansas City Chiefs, they had their low point earlier this season, and kudos to them. You know, no excuses even without Travis Kelce in this game. They just showed not only us Steeler Nation, but they showed the entire league why they are the defending AFC champions and why they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. So kudos to the Kansas City Chiefs. No excuses. We are just not a good team this season. If the Cincinnati game didn't prove that to you, or the Minnesota game did not prove that to you, this game definitely this game definitely has to do that. If not, and I don't know what universe you're in, because I mean from start to finish we were just god awful in all three phases. God awful. There's just, I mean, I guess the only plus I can look at in this game was garbage time. I thought Mason Rudolph looked pretty good in that last drive. I liked him. It looked like it was going to be a quarterback sack. He was able to scamper for a first down and more, and help get us into the red zone. But time expired before we can even get the ball in the end zone. But that doesn't matter. We were just horrible in this game. I'm in a loss of words right now, or a loss for words, because I don't even know where to start. You could say that Freiermuth was badly missed, but Ben barely targeted our tight end Zach Gentry in this game. So even with Freiermuth in this game, hell, we probably still don't go enough to him. And that's been our issue at the tight end position, that we don't throw it to the tight end enough. And I really do think that maybe if we would have targeted Gentry a lot more in this game, it could have made at least a little bit of a difference, because I don't think the Chiefs really game planned that much on Zach Gentry. So, he could have been under the radar and he could have really made an impact for us. But I mean, that's just one of many issues on this team. I mean, consistently, we're still getting gashed on the ground. I mean, what was his name? Was it Derek Gore, number 40 for the Kansas City Chiefs? I mean, that guy that guy looked like Barry Sanders, man. I mean, he was just, from start to finish, just getting whatever he wanted on the ground against us. I mean, just like the Minnesota game, just like last week's game against Tennessee, but definitely just like the Minnesota game, just like the Chargers game, just like the Bengals game, getting destroyed on the ground. And the sad thing about our 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 um our rush defense is like traditionally the Steelers have always been good at shutting down the running game, and that's all a thing of the past now, man. I mean, that's probably our biggest weakness right now is run defense, and that's something that's going to have to wait for the offseason to be fixed. And even during the offseason, man, we're not going to be able. There's so many issues. There's so many holes on this team. We're not going to be able to address all of the issues during the offseason. Hopefully, we can address most of the issues, but I think it's going to start with both the offensive line and the defensive lines. Because I mean, if you're wondering why we're always having slow starts, there you go. There you go. Our defensive line is getting pushed around, so teams are able to run the ball at will on us on the ground. And then our offensive line, it's the total opposite. It gets pushed backwards, allowing defenses, unless Najee Harris is able to make something out of nothing, I mean, allowing defenses to have their way at Najee Harris in the backfield. If Najee Harris is, not making something out of nothing, which plenty of times this season he's been able to do that. He's a special running back, but he's going to be short-lived if we do not fix the issues on the offensive line. And whether that's Trey Turner or Kendrick Green, it doesn't matter. We need some veteran experience on that offensive line. We definitely need some veterans on that offensive line. So that's something I think when it comes to the O-line, I think it's something we need to go more into. In my mind, just my opinion, I think we need to go into more free agency with the offensive line. Maybe with the defensive line, we can go more into the draft, but I don't know but it's going to start with those two units right there, the defensive line and the offensive line. But I mean, there's not more I can say about this game. It's just, let's move on now to the Cleveland Browns. I'm not even going to sit here and even entertain myself with the playoffs. All I care about is the Steelers getting back in the win column, riding the ship this week, and hopefully that results in a bounce back win against the Cleveland Browns. But we will see, man. We will see what takes place throughout this week. It's going to be a long week, and don't give me playoffs, man. I don't care about the playoffs right now. I'm a Steelers fan until I die, but I just want to see this team play better. That's all I care about, whether we go to the playoffs or not. I want to see this. I want to see what this team is made of these last 2 weeks of the season. And if we're able to win out and finish the season 9-7-1, I'll be happy about that. But I'm just like Mike Tomlin says, I only care about what goes on in the stadium that we play in. I don't care about what goes on outside of it. If I had my opinion, I don't think this team deserves to be in the playoffs. I don't think they don't deserve to be in the playoffs till they can actually get into the playoffs and prove me wrong. But that's another topic for another day. The Pittsburgh Steelers get totally humiliated, and guess it's no surprise, by the Kansas City Chiefs, 36-10. 7 of those 10 points were in garbage time. So, I mean, I guess you can say 36-3, but it is what it is. It's time to go back to the drawing boards. And I know Steelers fans are tired of hearing it. We're tired of hearing about this. But it's time to make the necessary adjustments. It's time to get our heads cleared and prepare for the Cleveland Browns next week, which is going to be a huge AFC North showdown. And hopefully it's a different result next week. Hopefully we're the team that finally gets the beat down. But anyway, Steeler Nation, I know this video is kind of all over the place and spotty, but I'm in a loss for words, man. I'm truly in a loss for words after this game. It's just rinse and repeat, and I'm getting tired of it. And I'm to a point right now. I'm almost like, just bring on the off season. Let's finish the season strong, and let's get to the off season and make the necessary adjustments. I mean, unless this team can get into the playoffs and prove me wrong, which my doubts are high on that, because just based on the personnel we have, we don't have the right personnel to really make a playoff run. I mean, that's the I mean, we're far from that right now. I mean, far from that. We're fortunate to be 7-7-1 right now. But anyway, Steeler Nation, it's a tough day to be a Steelers fans, but we have to keep the faith up. We're still the Steelers fans through and through, and let's hope for a better week against the Cleveland Browns. Anyways, everybody have a good one.